What is up, DCS crew? I'm here in the DCS Shave Den, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. Welcome to DarnCloseShave. This is going to be an episode with regards to both knives and razors. While I am shaving, I'm going to be talking a little bit about things within the EDC, or in this case, the knife industry, and show you what I got in my pockets. Do a nice little shave, kind of educate you on both. And if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and comment below. But before I do that, I do want to say, I'm not telling you and I'm not making you stay till the end of the video, but you might want to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to let the intro roll, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about today's shave, which features Noble Otter with the Noir et Vanille. Is that the name? Roll the intro. Alright guys, welcome back. Fix that there. And yeah, welcome back to Daily Carry Solutions. My name is Carlos. Shout out to Urban Medical Gear for the badass t-shirt that I'm going to be wearing today. I'm going on about 2 days of not shaving, and today's theme is going to be Noble Otter, but it's going to be I guess you could say black and bling, if you will. And I'll tell you why. You'll see why. First off, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have that I'm using to shave with. Just got out of the shower, by the way. Noble Otter's the Noir et Vanille. Great stuff. The scent profile, it says, is bergamot, loose black tea, jasmine, strawberry, and vanilla. Great soap. This is actually the most recent version, which is, as of the date of this video, I believe it's version 3. Awesome soap. I can't say enough about the Noble Otter line. It's actually one of my favorite artisan soaps that are out right now. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So that's the soap. The aftershave is the matching aftershave from, here we go, from Noble Otter as well. I have the toner that I'm going to be using after the shave, which is from Chatillon Lux. This is the unscented toner. And I'm loading the soap in a 3D printed bowl, as you can see here. I've already loaded it up. This is from this was printed by a gentleman named Tony Gillette, but this is actually downloadable for free as long as you have somebody with access to a 3D printer. You can download this. I'm going to try to put the link below. It's from a website named Thingiverse. And to top it all off, as the aftershave balm, I'm going to be using, there we go. I'm going to be using the aftershave balm. This is the soothing aftershave balm that's unscented from formerly Oleo Soapworks. Now it is called Chicago Grooming Co. Great stuff, by the way. And let me see. For the razor, I have the Maggard Razors V3A head in black aluminum. And this is, you can see that there. That is the West Coast Shaving pole. This is a brass, I believe it's called the Model 84S in brass handle. And for the shave brush, this is from John Williams over at Grizzly Bay. This is called Smelted. As you can see, it's a pretty badass black with gray shave brush handle with a bit of flake in there. Could be brass, could be gold, depending on how you look at it. And then what I did was I asked that he, instead of loading it with, topping it with a Badger, not like this one right here, this is a V9 Fanchurian from him. I went ahead and I purchased a synthetic gray and black 26mm synthetic brush from Maggard Razors, so that's what I'm using for them, for the brush. Now, what do I have that I am carrying today? I'm carrying light today. It's going to be the Nightcore Tiki LE and the Victorinox Spartan in black. This is a black Celador, and this is my beater Swiss Army knife. As you can see, I probably, yeah, there we go. I can show it. I got like a chip there because I dropped this I don't know how many times. I do have to replace the scales, but because of the fact that I'm rocking, the black and the bling, that sort of thing. Today, I am representing my buddy Dylan Mallory, who is a Georgia resident, and I'm rocking the Artisan Cutlery Mini Archaeo. This is a brass and stone-washed D2 blade. So the brass scales, stone-washed D2 steel blade, Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. Really awesome flipper. This is the small version. You can get this in the small and the large size. I'm sure that, well, at the time of this video, it's available. I don't know if it's still available, if it's going to still be available by the time you watch it, but I was able to go ahead and pick this one up. Really badass knife. It's got some heft to it, but as you can see, let me see if I can go ahead and get it in the light a little bit. It's got some patina on it already because it has been in the pocket quite a bit. You know, stuff is meant to be used. So go ahead and wet the face really quick. Just put a little bit on the face to dampen it up. Use some of the lather. This is a quick little pre-shave. Nice and slick beforehand. And the reason why I'm doing this, believe it or not, surprisingly, there are quite a few people who wet shave in the knife community, and there happen to be quite a few people who wet shave and are knife people. So, as an example, one person that you will never see do this kind of thing, but he is a wet shaver, and he's actually talked about it. He's talked about a few razors and just what he uses as a setup. And he actually tells people to really get into it is Nick Shabazz. And he uses a different kind of razor. So I told you I use the in this video I'm using the Maggard V3A head, which is the version 3 aggressive head that they provide, and the West Coast Shaving brass handle. But in this case, what he uses a razor called the Mercure 23C. It's a very mild razor. He probably doesn't have, you know, thick stubbly hair like I do. You probably see it, you know, every 2 days I gotta go ahead and shave. And yeah, you know, it's easier for him to do that. But he chooses a very simple way. He'll use, you know, like shave cream out of a tube. I think he uses I forget, I think it's pasture shaving that makes the cream that he uses. I think it's Seal Bigelow. And Seal Bigelow, I believe, is made by Parasso. Now, it's a kind of a variant of Parasso's green tube shave cream. This is actually the white. This is for the gentle, you know, very, you know, easy on the skin. For me, I don't mind using Artisan soap. There are some that affect the skin, so I will tell you, if you are going to get into this, use an unscented base first, and then once you are used to the soap and you can learn to create a decent lather, then you can go ahead and start using something that's a little bit more scented by the companies. Now this one, I mean, you know, from the notes, I'll tell you that it smells kind of like you took some Earl Grey tea and you added some fruit to it, you know, like a blackberry. You know, I smell a little bit of the strawberry. I do smell it. And just an overall, you know, not just this soap. I mean, I like this soap, but there are so many others through Noble Otter that I really, really like. I like Roar. Roar is a great one. You can go ahead and use that one all the time. I actually was able to pick up 2 tubs of a limited edition soap that they have called the Firefighter. Really, really good. Almost like a cologne type of scent. I got that in the aftershave. There's, let's see what else. I have Bar, which is their version of like a barbershop scent, literally. And then, what else do I have? I feel like I have another one. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I have those 4. So I have the Noir Vanille, I have Bar. Oh yeah, and I have Bear, which is the unscented one. Like I said before, you know, I tried it unscented first to see how the base fit me, because I've actually tried soap that has burned my skin, which sucks. I'll tell you that. So, all right, got a somewhat decent lather there. I'm gonna go ahead and use my razor now. Now this is loaded with a Gillette Nacet blade. I've actually used this particular blade once. What you want to do is you want to get more or less a 30-degree angle and go with the grain. In this case, it's down, across the grain, which is in this case left or right, and then against the grain, which would be up. Now, everybody's hair is done differently. Mine tends to go this way and this way. So that's how the strokes are going to go. So, speaking of Dylan Mallory, the guy who did this particular knife, he does have a couple of other models that are out at the moment. He has the Biome, which a lot of people don't talk about, but it's a really good design. It's a non-locking knife. It's a slip joint. You can get in a bunch of different variants, including Jade G10, which in my opinion is the baddest one of all. 12C27 steel, I want to say it is. It's a Sandvik steel. Stainless. Made in China. But designed by a US designer. And a really nice, young, up-and-coming, humble, respectful, young designer. Dylan is such a nice guy. If you meet him, he's very personable, very down to earth. Got to hang out with him. He's shot a couple videos with me. In fact, I'll link one of his videos at the end of this in case you want to go ahead and check out one of his knives. He actually let me check out his prototype, the Hadros, which is based on a dinosaur. Really cool setup. Unreleased as of yet by Civivi Knives. Really nice setup. Go ahead and spread that around. Get this side right here. All right, so aside from that, he has the Biome, he has the Centros, which I also have, which is from the CGRB, which is Artisan Cutlery's budget line. And then he has the Archaeo, which is the one that I'm carrying right now. Has a bunch of different versions. He has a non-locking version. He has a small, which is the one that I have, a mini, I guess, for the small Archaeo. And he has a medium-sized one, which is available if you get one of the non-locking versions. And then he has a large one that is part of Artisan's line. And they range, you can get the budget versions anywhere from like the, mid-30s to, I want to say, almost $200, depending on the one that you pick up. So there's a little something for everybody. The knife that you just saw, I actually got it when it was on special at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And that was for, they had it on sale for $50. It had a $5 coupon. So I was actually able to get it for $45. And then they were doing free shipping that week. So for $45 shipped, I got one of his, special edition versions. And let me tell you, it's really nice. The only thing is, it's not quite an office style knife. And, it's a little heavy for that kind of thing. And for me, it's a little small for EDC, but I do carry it every now and then because I do that to support my boy Dylan. Super cool cat. Now, this first pass is done. I just did a quick little pass over it one more time to make sure I just kind of hit everything like I was supposed to. I'm gonna get this here in the middle. I'm sorry, not the time to talk when you're messing with that part in the middle. For me, that's one of those areas that's usually really sensitive and cuts pretty easily, so, go figure. got past one down. Let's go ahead and start lathering up again. Take the brush, lather up again in the bowl. Great soap, by the way. Okay. And now I do want to say, this time of the year, unfortunately, due to cancellations, Eric and I were not able to bring you what we had already planned for, which was our second annual trip to Vegas for the Sport Hunting and Outdoor Trade Show, aka SHOT Show 2021. We had already had our credentials taken care of. We were good to go. Great time, by the way. But, of course, COVID-19 had other plans. And in the current new administration, it was up to them. They wouldn't let people travel at all. So, you know, a lot of people just weren't able to get out there. And you know, you have people from all over the world traveling into a trade show to be able to show off some of the newest items in their lineup, especially in China. You know, last year we did cover concept knives, we covered Artisan Cutlery and CGRB, which is what the Archaeo was designed and marketed through. And, you know, companies like QSP Knives, another great company, aside from, you know, other European countries and stuff like that. Next year, though, I'm hoping that this will be better news. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go ahead and do coverage, but I have been told, oh, you can hear it sing. I have been told by some companies that they are interested in doing kind of like an lineup, an unveiling of their new stuff that was supposed to be the centerpiece of their SHOT Show lineups. And one of them, which is why I used the knife from them, is Artisan Cutlery. Great pass. It's a bunch of prototypes and a bunch of new variants and new models. They're going to be unveiled this year. Artisan also has a new steel that they've been working on and that they perfected. It's actually exclusive through them, and it is called RPM 9. There is a knife I have called the Crag. Not crack like the crack rock, but CRAG. And while it was initially released with 2 different locks, it has one of their exclusive locks and a liner lock version. I also have D2 Steel. It's going to be one of the first lines to have both the new lock and their new steel, which is RPM 9. Talked to Russell, which is their marketing guy, guru, if you will, from Artisan about it. I might get my hands on one. Let me go ahead and pick it up once they're available, review it, and give it away. What do you guys think? You think I should do that? Just curious. So, aside from that, there have been other companies that have unveiled what it is that they are providing for the 2021 lineup, if you will, or at least the first portion of 2021. I've seen unveilings from Spyderco. They're using, you know, new steels with the same models, which I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as much as I love Spyderco, it's getting kind of old kind of quick. They don't have enough, you know, in their lineups that are new and innovative like some of these other companies. And Granted, I know they're a lot smaller than the other companies, but they had a pretty impressive lineup for years. And then it's kind of like the expansion kind of dropped off the side of the cliff once they started increasing their prices. Take that with what you will, take it with a grain of salt, but the truth is, I really liked Spyderco more, and I think that a lot of people can say this, when their prices meant when you got a knife from them, you got a great performer at a great price and value. And now, you get a great performer, the price isn't so great. Got a lot of $200, $300, $400 knives. I mean, even stuff that used to cost, you know, knives like the Dragonfly, which I remember when they were in the $50 range. I'm saying that 60, 70, I think 80. I was looking at the new version of the Dragonfly in K390, which is a new tool steel, like D2 by the way, but it's just a new tool steel because, you know, people want the cool new stuff. It's like, you know, the only thing better than the Jordan 1s are the Jordan 2s and 3s and 4s and so on. $100, I think almost 105. That's a little bit too rich for my taste when there are so many other companies that have great quality knives. Now I'm going to do this against the grain. I did with the grain, across the grain. Now it's going to be against the grain, so it's going to be up and down. I'm going to fix this up here. All right. This is usually when I make myself, so bear with me. All right. And yeah, so Benchmade also unveiled a lot of stuff, but like Spyderco, they ensnare everybody with their awesome designs and then hit you with, you know, the manufacturer's advertised pricing, MAP pricing. Everything is set in stone. There's no wiggle room. So a lot of small companies are going to sell you the same product for the same price as the bigger companies. But the thing is, since they sell more, they can do things like rebates or offer you free shipping, you know, that sort of thing. Kind of like what I said about Smoky Mountain Knife Works, which I love and I support, by the way. But when you got the small mom and pop shops that make a living, you know, doing this type of thing, selling knives, it takes money out of their pockets and it lines either the bigger companies or even Amazon, who is actually so big that they don't even have to worry about the pricing. They're like, yeah, we're Amazon. We're going to sell it for whatever we feel we want. Usually they'll sell it for more, but there are some times where they just want to liquidate their inventory. You can get a really good deal. I mean, assuming that you're getting a real product, but that's a totally different conversation altogether. And again, really nice designs. And they're bringing back some old school, well-known designs, like the really good selling, the Atomos. They're bringing a mini version of the Atomos. And they're bringing new variants of the 940, the Benchmade, the Osborne. They're bringing a mini version out in different variations. But we're looking at 200, 250, 300 plus bucks for these knives, and I mean they're ruining their core audience when, you know, stuff like the Chatillon series used to sell for, you know, 70 bucks. I mean, who the hell's gonna pay that much more? These knives that can, you know, essentially perform just as well as the lower grade ones. With the exception that they need to be sharpened a little bit more. Now, for people such as myself with, you know, a KME, stones, and you know, spatula sharp maker, that sort of thing. You know, ready access to actual sharpeners. It's not really a big deal to me to get these, you know, awesome steels. So what are you gonna get? 30% improvement in performance, a little bit more corrosion resistance, you know, a little bit marginally more toughness at the price of what, $100, $200 more? Yeah. And then you have the Spyderco crowd and their sprint runs, which are very limited runs that are sold through, you know, exclusively through certain retailers. They have a limited amount. Sites literally crash with people trying to get their hands on some of these sprint runs. They sell immediately. And the people who get them, they don't even use them. They just flip them and make a buck. Now, if I'm gonna buy a knife, it's probably because I'm gonna use it. I mean, yeah, I have knives that, you know, I use more than others. Some I get to wear with office clothing. I like office EDC style knives, so they're going to be about 3 inches and under in blade length, about 4 inches and under in handle size. A little bit more lather here, but truth be told, with what's available out there, there's so many companies that are now really coming into their own. You have like Three Rivers Manufacturing here in the US. You have Gerber's USA stuff. You have Spartan Blades coming out with more competitive models. You have let's see here. You have Lynn Thompson's, who's formerly of Cold Steel, launching his own version of his own lineup of knives now. Forget the name of the company. I happened to see it the other day. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, sold his company. Told everybody he'd be working with them in a certain capacity with I think Andrew Demko. And in the meantime, you know, he didn't say he wasn't going to go ahead and start his own company. It's the United States, man. It's capitalism, baby. Free market. Get in there and make some. So good for him. I applaud Lynn Thompson for that. I was hoping to see if I could find some of their knives when they were unveiled, because they were unveiled recently. I guess they were trying to wait for the status of SHOT Show 2021, which sucks, because I was really looking forward to it too. What are you gonna do? Another company that was waiting for SHOT Show, I'm assuming, to unveil this, although I didn't see them last year, but I did see them at Blade Show, is Giant Mouse Knives. Now, Giant Mouse is basically spearheaded by 3 people. 2 you know well, if you're in the knife community. They are Danish knife designers. Jesper Voxnes, aka Vox, and Jens Anso. Love their designs. They design for a lot of different companies. Kershaw Knives, ZT, Fox Knives out of Italy, CRKT, amongst others. They have one of their higher end knives from the Giant Mouse lineup. It's the 7th iteration of the GM series, named the GM7 or the GMP7. That's going to be coming out very soon. Unlike most of their other ones, this is a non-locking Giant Mouse knife, which is pretty interesting. So all the other knives in the Giant Mouse lineup, save for the fixed blades, of course, they all have some sort of liner or frame lock. So I thought that was pretty cool. Was notified of that. Now, Giant Mouse does a really cool thing with their Giant Mouse line. They have the cheaper line, which is the Ace line. And those are essentially unlimited production. But the Giant Mouse line in particular has limited itself in production to 400 models total between the standard GM line and the Pirate line, which is the GMP line. You get 300 of the standard Giant Mouse line, and then a very exclusive 100 models in a different variant, like color scheme, for the Pirate line, dubbed the GMP. So you have the GM7 and the GMP7. As you can tell, they want the knives to remain very exclusive, and once they're sold, they don't bring them back. Not that I don't think they've ever brought any of them back, unless it's like a new variant. I don't think that they've ever brought any back down. A little bit of a anchor there, a tiny little nick. So if you're interested in picking up one of their more exclusive knives, you do this about once, maybe twice a year. You might want to go ahead and read up on Giant Mouse sometime soon, because when it drops, they go quick. And once these are gone, they're not like the Ace line that'll come back. They remain extinct like the dinosaur. I do have a few areas that are a bit problematic, which is why I'm going over them very lightly, but I'm going over them again. I'll be able to take care of that. And that's the reason why I did my initial 3 passes with, across, and then against the grain of my hair. But I'm using whatever proto lather is left, because this soap is slick enough I can do multiple passes. Even with this blade and this head, which is, you know, it's numbered as being aggressive, but the truth is it's not really that aggressive. The blade exposure isn't like really extreme, like, you know, a Mula R41 or even the Rocca, you know. If I were to put it in terms of effectiveness, it kind of reminds me of the Rockwell 6C or the 6S Plate 5. This soap is awesome though, I gotta say, I freaking love it. I had a sample of this soap that I used it like 2 or 3 times. And after that, I'm like, yo, I gotta buy the set. Good stuff. Picked it up from the razor company. And the rest, as they say, is history. Give me a second to go ahead and wash up. I'm gonna go ahead and aftershave, you know, toner, splash, do all that fun stuff. And I'll give you my final thoughts on this stuff and talk about what my surprise is at the end of the video. Okay, so now that that's done, we can go into the post-shave routine. And we're gonna start, and the routine basically for me in this particular case is gonna go, you know, after you wash the face and you're good to go, you have toner then aftershave splash, which is the one with the alcohol, like you know, like the kid from Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin. And then you have the aftershave balm, which in this case is the unscented balm from Oleo Soapworks. So we're going to start first with Chatillon Lux unscented toner. I always give it a good shake to get all of the stuff inside nice and mixed, because the ingredients do shift and they do separate. Dry off a little bit, and I will tell you that even though I noticed that there were, you know, little nicks, like just a little something, you know, here and there, maybe one or two. Once I rinsed off with some nice cold water, they went away pretty quickly. In fact, I haven't seen them since. They might come out again. I'm not sure. Great stuff from Chatillon Lux. This is a US-based company. They used to work a lot with a company named Declaration Grooming, but they do their own thing as well. And while I do have other toners and you know, things for the face, you all will see in the future in other shaves. I do like to use this one. It's a bit of a heavier viscosity, believe it or not, compared to my other toners, and you know, it works really well with good quality artisan soaps. So okay, we got that. Now for the moment of truth, we use the aftershave, which is also from Noble Otter, same scent notes, and it seems to be a little bit stronger because of the fact that it's I guess more concentrated. Oh, nice. You get a little bit more of the, less of the tea and more of the fruit smells that are in here. And here's the trick with aftershave. Number one, you prep it. And number two, you let it sit for a moment. You let some of the alcohol, believe it or not, dissipate. You put it on. And boom, you're not screaming like a little bitch. And you allow the other stuff that's in it, you know, the aloe vera, the witch hazel, you know, some of the alcohol, and you know, just other things that are in this particular aftershave to do its work. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna hit it again. This time, shake a little bit. Man, no burn at all. This is crazy. I used to hate aftershaves until I learned the real technique on how to use them. And I implore you to try this after you shave. You know, pour a nice amount, and you know, mix it up, let it heat up on your hands and really activate, and then you just let the alcohol kind of dissipate just a little bit from your hands, because it actually does. And then you apply it, and you're going to take a lot of the sting out of the aftershave. Now, not all of it, because it's still alcohol, and that's good, because if you don't feel sting, number one, that means you haven't cut yourself really bad. But number two, if you feel a little bit, it's also a good thing, because it means that the alcohol is curing those areas that have been cut during the shave. And it keeps you from getting any infection, that sort of thing. So again, this is the soap. This is the aftershave from Noble Otter. And now the aftershave balm. There. I don't gotta get a lot, just like a little dab, like the old school shave soap, I think, or the aftershave. A dab will do you. You're gonna see it go on kind of thick. It is arguably much thicker than the aftershave, but that'll go away. It's really more because I have a lot of moisture in my skin right now from the shave. Showing it off my hands and really just start to rub it in, and it should be good to go within about 30 seconds to a minute. And then, my friends, I am ready to go. So for those people who stayed for the video, congratulations. Number one, you have just survived small talk with me. Number two, you are now eligible for a giveaway in this video. Wasn't going to tell you exactly what it is, but I did hint for you to stay to the end of this video. And there's a good reason why. I am going to be giving away a knife from one of the companies that I mentioned that I spoke to at SHOT Show. That company is QSP. All right, let me go ahead. There we go. It's QSP. And the knife in question is this one right here. This is my personal knife. I've used it, but I've taken very good care of it. It is the Penguin. All right, you can see that there. Now, the Penguin is D2 steel. It is a nice polished finish, so polished flats and polished grind. It's a nice Warncliffe style blade, very utilitarian. Deep carry pocket clip. As you can see, it is tapped for left or right hand carry, or if you choose not to have a pocket clip and put a lanyard hole on there, or if you have a pocket clip but you want to use a lanyard hole because you want to put a lanyard on because you use gloves typically. Great knife for it. Now this runs on washers. This is probably one of the best knives you can buy on washers. The action is insane for being on washers, and nice and centered. Lockup is fantastic. This is a liner lock, so you disengage the liner lock and it just drops with no problem. This is the Blue Jean micarta version. Micarta is excellent for working knives because as you start to absorb oils and water, moisture, that sort of thing, it starts to give a little bit more grip in the hand. It is made in China. But QSP is a fantastic company. This is probably one of the best budget knives that you can buy right now. One of the best budget knives of 2020. I was completely enamored about this knife. I've really enjoyed it, and then I want somebody from the DCS crew or the shave community, preferably, maybe someone from both, to enjoy this knife. So that being said, what I want you to do is I want you to comment below with hashtag DarnCloseShave. Okay, all one word, hashtag DarnCloseShave. That is going to be the name of the series. And yeah, so go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner. I will let you know via Instagram once this closes. I would say, today? I'm going to give it till, a week from the posting of this video. So hashtag DarnCloseShave. Okay, you got to watch the video and then obviously comment below, or like Millie Mel from BBS Live says, comment below hashtag DarnCloseShave, and you will be in the lineup for this particular knife. It could be yours. So guys, that's it. Huge thank you to Noble Otter for the badass shave. I did buy this with my own money. I was not gifted any of this. If you're interested in any of this equipment, let me know and I will go ahead and guide you to the people who sell it. A lot of places offer free shipping over $10. So it's good stuff. It's not going to cost an arm and a leg, but it's going to make you feel like $1 million after the shave. So thank you so much for watching. And just remember, whether you carry something like a Swiss Army knife or the QSP Penguin or even the Artisan Cutlery Mini Archaeo, if you EDC, think of DCS. That's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this away and get to sleep because I got a long day tomorrow and you got more videos to watch. So go ahead and click the link after this. Once you've commented below, hashtag DarnCloseShave, and it's gonna take you to one of my other videos. Hope to see you again sometime. In the meantime, peace.